On WITY, I'm Randy Daniels at the Danville Area Community College Ag Day 2019 edition. This was an event held in mid-April of this year. And when you come out to Ag Day at DACC, you're always going to find some interesting people to meet. And I'm able to relive my radio childhood because I have found a display here for now the Equity. Back in my early days of radio down in Effingham County, it was Effingham Equity. And Wade Harrison from the bustling metropolis of Louisville, don't you dare call it Louisville, down there in Effingham County, has made it all the way to DAC. Nice to meet you, Wade.
Yeah, absolutely, Randy. Nice to meet you as well.
Yeah, well, now from Louisville to the Equity to Danville Area Community College, what in the world brings you up this way?
Yeah, great. Yeah, we chose to come out today to use this as an opportunity to market to the folks in the surrounding areas, as well as get in front of some of the kids here at Danville Area Community College. They've got an ag program here, and a lot of those kids will leave the school and try to find a way to get back on the family farm, and we've got an opportunity through a business opportunity to raise pigs under contract for us at the Equity, and that provides them a line of income to get on the family farm. They get to raise pigs under a contract from us. The line of income is fixed for the duration of the agreement. So it's a way for them to get back on the farm and allow the farm not to have to take on any new market risks. So, these barns are all, standardized in terms of how we build them. We've got prototypes scattered around through the area that we can take families through. It's a fixed line of income. There's a great fertilizer source to come out of the barns every year. And basically, it's a way to get kids back on the farm, create an opportunity to do that without the farm taking on any additional risk from the markets. Yeah. The
producer age range is getting older and older. And you are so right. We've got to get the youth involved again.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, the average age of the farm families, as you said, in Illinois is continuing to grow. And so, it's about getting opportunities for getting those kids back on the farm is what us as a cooperative, a farmer-owned cooperative, we're creating those opportunities through this sort of a business model.
Awesome. Keep up the good work on that.
I appreciate that. So we've made a pretty significant investment in Edgar County, essentially right on the state line there in Horace, Illinois. We purchased a grain asset from Coshocton Grain 3 or 4 years ago now. I can't remember exactly the timeline. And then 2 years ago started the construction on a state-of-the-art feed mill there at the same location as the grain elevator. And the feed mill, in addition to the grain, is going to consume another approaching 8 million bushel of corn. It's creating work employments through the feed mill and the delivery of feed. We can feed close to 1 million pigs out of that feed mill when it's up and running. So, today we're in the phase of, now that the feed mill is in place and the infrastructure is in place, we need to continue to find families to partner with to build facilities. And so that's really what we're doing today, is just casting the nets out, trying to get in front of farm families and make them aware of the opportunity. We've got about a 10 or 12 county area and both sides of the state line, so we're reaching over into Indiana and looking at these opportunities as well. So, we've got a website. You can look up theequity.com, and we've got a link there that really highlights the Swine Producer Partnership opportunity. We've got some neat YouTube videos where we've taken a drone inside one of our facilities and it's loaded up with pigs, and so you can see all the technology and how clean and stuff the barns are. And there's a place where you can pop in your information on your farm and your address and your contact number, and we can reach out to you and get you more information if you have some interest and want to pursue something a little deeper.
What you're describing there, the cleanliness, the expansiveness of it all, the professional way you're running it, well, you have to these days, Wade, because there are so many special interest groups out there keeping an eye on organizations such as the Equity.
Yeah, absolutely. So, everything we build has got to meet a set of criteria that's really detailed out in the Livestock Management Facilities Act that the Department of Ag has the oversight for. So the pits and the construction's all got to meet those criteria. The EPA has regulations in place on the application of all the manure that comes out once a year. And so everybody's got to manage their business, and they've got to site their facilities in good locations that doesn't, impact the livelihood of the folks in the neighborhood that the buildings go into. And, at the end of the day, we as a cooperative want to, protect our brand. We don't want to tarnish our image and do anything that's going to put our brand at jeopardy of offending anyone inside these communities, and we're going to manage our business well, and we're looking for people to partner with that's going to have the same kind of respect for the area and the neighborhoods they're working in, and partner with the right kind of people.
The older I get, the less my ears work as well as they should. Did I hear you say a moment ago something about feeding 1 million hogs?
Yeah, that's correct. So the feed mill is sized where it can produce about 400,000 tons of complete swine feed, and that will actually feed over 1 million market hogs. So in this part of the world, we're actually in the middle of really an area that's harvesting around 50,000 pigs a day. Where a lot of the target area that we're trying to build, we're kind of in the center of 3 packing plants, 2 in Indiana, 1 in Illinois. And so from a cost standpoint, logistics standpoint, it's a great spot to put hogs in confinement, because the demand for hog kill on a daily basis. And that 50,000 head a day happens approximately 250 days a year. And so when you look at the geography of where we're building and where we built the feed mill, we're really parking the pigs in the middle of those packing plants. So it makes a ton of sense.
Well, I can sure appreciate what you're saying, because I love pork.
That's right. Who doesn't love bacon, right?
I love bacon wrapped in bacon, as a matter of fact. Well, this is exciting to me, not just because of what you're pointing out that Equity is doing and expanding and getting involved in, but again, going back to my early days, those silos sticking up over the town of Effingham, that was Effingham Equity, and that's where it all has grown from. So to see you expanding as you are, that's exciting.
So we're actually celebrating our 100th year this year as a cooperative, farmer-owned cooperative, and back in the days you're referring to, I suppose, Effingham was kind of the flagship, and
yes.
And we've gone through a rebranding effort in the last 2 years, and so, folks in Greenville, Illinois didn't really connect with who Effingham Equity was, so that's why we've rebranded ourselves as The Equity. We've got a number of locations scattered out around Interstate 70 from west to east, and we've actually purchased a piece of property in Farmersburg, Indiana, and so we're starting to expand our agronomy operations on that side of the state line now, and so now we're going to be operating in Indiana as well. So we're excited about that opportunity.
You should be excited.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about it. Wade Harrison, what a pleasure to meet you and learn about Equity's growth, and I hope that the future just gets bigger and bigger and bigger for Equity and for you personally, my friend.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for your opportunity to be a part of this interview today. Thank you.
It's our pleasure, believe me. That's Wade Harrison with The Equity. They are expanding and doing more and more and more, and we can't wait to hear about The Equity in the future right here in our area. On WITY, I'm Randy Daniels.